This episode proudly brought to you by Conqueror Northgate, Conqueror Midrand. We are heading off to Khama Rhino Sanctuary and then Nxai Pan. I am super excited, waiting for the guys. They're running a bit late. We're supposed to meet at 3. We have got trailers in tow. This is going to be an epic series. Check this out.
Welcome to Botswana.
We're doing something a little bit different. Hey guys, how awesome is this? We are back. We leave Fourways, Johannesburg, South Africa at 4 AM on January the 20th. For the first part of this adventure with the Conqueror trailer, we drive 693 kilometers. A 7-hour drive with the border controls at Martin's Drift. We stay over for 2 nights at Khama Rhino Sanctuary, a great destination and a good way to ease into this overland trip. Part 2 of the journey sees us traveling from Khama Rhino Sanctuary through Letlhakane, Mapipi and Rockops as we head for South Camp Nxai Pan. This trip clocks in at 454 kilometers using Tracks for Africa. With the last 40 kilometers being corrugated in thick sand, give yourself a good 7 hours to make this trip before sunset. We set up camp and enjoy South Camp for the next 3 nights. This is what we got up to. So good. We've just crossed over from South Africa into Botswana and we're on our way to Khama Rhino Sanctuary. Really lekker. So nice to see that the rain is falling everywhere. I mean, we drove through rain in South Africa, and as we've just crossed over the Botswana border post now, there's more rain. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm a little bit nervous though, because I don't know what awaits us at Nxai Pan. I'm sure it will be an adventure. The point of this trip for the 3 of us was threefold. 1, to have a magic overlanding escape. 2, was to take out the off-road trailers on a truly remote and off-the-grid experience. And 3, to do all of the above whilst looking for Africa's largest and most dangerous predators during the Botswana rainy season. Arriving at Khama Rhino Sanctuary just after 3 in the afternoon, and having had a long drive, we set up our off-road trailers in the hopes of getting to crack that first cold one sooner than later. I own the small but impressive Conqueror Compact Platinum 2 off-road trailer. Chris owns the towering yet easy to do Conqueror Companion 1 off-road trailer. And Ed owns the accomplished Echo 5 off-road trailer, named Earl. Relaxing at the best campsite, number 9, we enjoy the moments, each other's company, the bush sounds, and some much needed refreshments whilst Ed preps up for dinner.
Cleaning it on this occasion because we've got some good lamb chops, and Chris has got a fillet that's going to go on here, so it's important to keep it clean. We've got some lamb chops, we've got some garlic bread, And we've got some salad that Ryan's apparently bringing to the table. But Chris also brought some potato salad to the table. So yeah, we should be good for tonight.
Getting ready for a game drive. We've taken a really easy and slow morning. Some might say a little bit too slow, but an easy morning, having some coffees and getting ready for a game drive. We are on day one of our first day, and what a pleasure. We are at Khama Rhino Sanctuary and we are all excited to be here, and hopefully we can get some really good stuff for you. We are staying 2 nights at Khama Rhino Sanctuary, 6 nights at Nxai Pan, 2 nights at Nxai Pan National Reserve, and 1 night stop over at Khama Rhino Sanctuary on the way out. 11 nights in total for what will surely be an amazing adventure. They've had a lot of rain in Botswana, which is always fantastic as it's come out of drought. And yeah, we're just taking a nice leisurely drive, an easy morning as is always with these kinds of things.
So we've just come back from a game drive. Nice game drive on the pans there, rhino and many different species of antelope, and it's been great. Now we're just back at camp. We'll chill the rest of the afternoon. We've got some Mozambican beer from your recent trip to Mozambique. Tomorrow we head to Nxai Pan National Park We pack up the trailers early in the morning.
And which way are we going?
We're going via Francistown or via Rockhorse. We haven't worked it out yet. We'll grab the map later and see which way we will get fuel and supplies and judge it on that.
100%, man. Look forward to it.
Oh, I can't wait, man. Cheers.
Cheers, that was a shit cheers.
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 1, 2, 3.
Morning of day 3, and it is about 5:15. We had an early morning this morning. We woke up at 4:30.
So mate, my cup of coffee is ready, and I'm about to start packing up my Echo 5.
He's done by the looks
His
of
caravan is done, and you and I haven't even started.
Come, let's go and see him.
Yeah, let's see when we make my way over here. Yeah, these pop-up roof things are proper.
They look quite high. You got to be a tall fella to get up.
Yeah, a tall, strong fella. Agile.
I've got the Conqueror Companion one. I think this is about 4 or 5 years old. It's good. I really like it. It's a little bit on the heavy side. We'll see today in the thick sand how that goes. It'll be my first time towing it in that conditions. So let's see.
Heading for South Camp Nxai Pans, we expect a hard day's drive. Towing the trailers and taking it easy, we stuck to the speed limits. This was a new road travelled for me. Always be vigilant of cattle, goats, donkeys and horses. They are your primary concern. When travelling convoy, try keep a 200-meter distance minimum between yourself and the vehicle in front of you. A golden nugget for this part of the trip is to purchase all your wood at Khama Rhino Sanctuary. It costs 25 pula per bag, and the bundle is a decent size and okay quality. Don't do this and you will pay exorbitant prices at the various entry points to the national reserves. 10 pula per piece of wood.
There's a salt pan over there about 100 meters away, and this is more PP. Now we're gonna stop for some fuel and then head to Rockhorse. At Rockhorse, I think we turn right to Nxai Pan National Park, and we set up camp at South Camp for the first 3 nights, and then we move over to Baines, and then the final destination for the trip is Nxai Pan National Park. We haven't booked a campsite yet, so we'll have to see what we can get there, but yeah, it's gonna be great.
Sure, what a day. We've just got to Nxai Pan Gate, and it's been a long day of driving, to be honest, and an easy drive. It's got very hot, so we've gone from overcast into very, very hot. I think the temperature was at 34 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 38. We've just pulled up to Nxai Pan, and the one thing I'll advise all of you out there is, if you are going to go and drive in a place like Nxai Pan that's been known to have thick sand, just lower your tire pressures. You know your tires, and you've probably been advised where to go. We're going at 1.2 in the front, 1.4 in the back because we're towing, and then with the trailer at 1.2. That's what I've been advised. That's kind of what I normally use when I go off-road on thick sand, and if I start bottoming out, I'll either inflate, and if I'm getting stuck, I'll try and lower them some more. With the KM3s I can, because they've got a 3-ply sidewall, and I've never had any issues in the past. But guys, so excited to be here, and yeah, let's just get to the camp and set everything up. Time is going, and so is the light. So we're just gonna have some mango. You know, the body, that's the thing, you know, when you're out camping you can only have fresh veg for so long until it's no longer fresh, but natural sugar is always a nice thing. So another concern is for us is that there are elephants in the Nxai Pan area, and with mangoes in the campsite you're asking for big trouble. So we thought, let's just cut this thing up and let's put it in a bowl and get it out of the way of any elephants that might come into the camp at night time. You know, they'll damage a vehicle, they'll damage a trailer. Very, very easy to get at a mango for sure.
Morning, Chris.
How's it going?
Good, how are you going?
Alright.
How did you sleep?
Very well, we slept in a little bit.
Not really.
Not?
I tried. Ed's here to give me a lesson on how to make primo barista style coffee. So futuristic for me. Like high grade aluminum or some material from aeroplanes or rockets, I don't know, but it's like it just feels proper, eh? You ever use one of these?
Never use one of those.
Do you know how to use one of these?
Don't know how to use one of those.
But you're a barista.
But I've never seen that version of it.
We've got to boil first, then we put the tablespoons of coffee in, and then we press it. Then we're going to let it cook a little bit, you know.
Brew.
Brew. We've got to let it brew, and then we're going to let it simmer for about 3 minutes. Brew, plunge it, and we've got coffee.
Morning of day 5 and having a really good time. We woke up fairly early this morning, 5:15 I think it was. Had some coffee and we're now doing a game drive. We're going to search for those predators, see if we can find them, but either way it doesn't really matter, because I think one of the great things is when out doing something like this, everything is a photo opportunity. What's quite nice with the Conqueror is I opened up all the sides, so it was just the mesh that was the mosquito netting that was still down and obviously all closed up, and I find with that you get a nice cool breeze, although very subtle, that just comes through the tent, making for a little bit of an easier sleep. It has been very, very hot, so yeah, it seemed to work last night, but I did feel a little insecure because you just, you know, if you can see out of that mosquito net, I'm sure a predator can see in. So is it safe? I don't know. I feel a lot safer with the full canvas sides dropped down and zipped up, but yeah, it was a lot cooler to sleep in. But yeah, it seems like a clear day. Skies, there's very little cloud, and yeah, we're going to do the same route that we did yesterday, visit a couple of water holes and actually finish off the baobab loop that we started yesterday, and hopefully we can find them predators.
We've just gone on to our first game drive on Nxai Pan, and yeah, lots of game. It's nice and green.
Beautiful place. It's It's really different compared to where I've been to before, which is Moremi and Chobe. Completely different, and it's nice to see it so green and so wet.
Nxai Pan National Park is in the northeastern part of Botswana. It forms part of the Mchadi Pan Salt Flats. The Nxai Pan National Park is revered for the great zebra migrations that happens in this area. We were fortunate to witness what seemed to be the tail end of this impressive sighting. Wow, absolutely wow, like really. It's just so different. The landscape is different. It's essentially a flood pan, if I understand it correctly. So all of this, if the rain is heavy, all of this is underwater, and where the trees are isn't. So it's magic. It's just different wildlife, different game. You see the life in the bush is amazing. Animals, even the bugs, the chochos, there's plenty of them. You know, it's just life. It's like full of life. So it's very nice, good to be here, but hot, absolutely hot, very, very hot. But we all right, eh?
So we're talking about whether you can get out of your car in national parks in Botswana. Now, it's, I think, our understanding that that is the case. You can do that, and we've seen some documentation around stipulating the same, but we get told different things by different people. So we'll definitely be investigating and maybe phoning somebody or speaking to somebody at DWNP to get some clarity on it.
As far as I understand, how is this different to your campsite? We had elephants within 10 meters of our campsite last night. There are also lions here, so I don't understand the difference between getting out here and being in your campsite. If anything, you're more vulnerable in your campsite because you're more relaxed there, more comfortable. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me, but then again, there are rules and regulations that are being put in place for good reason. We just want some clarity on what the rules and regulations are. I mean, from all our understanding, you are allowed to alight from your vehicle. So yeah, it's a bit confusing because there seems to be no concrete thing, and that's a big attraction for Botswana in terms of, I don't know about you, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the things that sort of keeps it wild still, and we definitely like to have it that way, so we'll have to find out.
So if any of you guys out there know the actual rules and regulations of getting out of your vehicles in Botswana, please won't you just comment down below and let us know the official reasoning to whether we can or can't as tourists, travelers to Botswana from South Africa or anywhere in the world. Let us know if we can or can't get out of our vehicles and what the actual rules are. It would help the subscribers and other viewers.
I'm putting on my grass net. The track we're traveling on, the grass is quite high, and it was okay for the first maybe 5 kilometers, but we still got a ways to go actually.
Something to remember with that seed net, and I just remembered it now, is a seed net is designed for slower speeds. If you use a seed net when going faster, you can overheat the vehicle. It's been known to happen before, especially with these bigger intercoolers and fans that run these vehicles. So just remember that. Use the seed net when necessary, and if not needed, just remove it, especially when going faster. So yeah, it turned out that Khama Pan seems to be a bit of a bust. It seems really overgrown. Look, the road hasn't been driven on for a while. I wouldn't even venture to say how long it's been used. Problem is you can't really see much. It's so thick, almost making this trip a little bit pointless. Look, it was a bit of an adventure getting here, and I think we're going to turn around and head back. We've just done Khama Pan, and I would advise that maybe it's something to go and visit in the drier season. We're making our way back to South Camp. Hopefully we get to a waterhole in time and maybe we see something that's worth stopping for. But if not, what a great adventure, guys. Always just nice to enjoy exploring and traveling on roads that you've never done before, and seeing new places and doing it with mates.
And 4x4 Ventures never watches my video.
This is quite cool, huh? Yeah, it's lovely. That's fine.
We were just chilling around the fire and we heard some lions roaring maybe 3 or 4 kilometers away and thought we were quite safe, and then we heard one roar maybe like 200 meters away, if 200 meters away. There's a road that runs right past the campsite, probably on that road, so 50 meters away. So we all jumped, got in the car, got in the Ford Ranger, and his next call sounded like he was maybe 300 to 400 meters away that way at the waterhole, but we haven't heard him call again, and we need a cook. So we're just keeping an eye out. Probably a big male, because it was only him calling and we heard quite a few calling the other side. So yeah, you have to be aware. We've got quite a few lights on. The bush is very thick in this campsite, so that is a disadvantage, but hopefully we'll be okay.
What a magic first part to this 2-part series. If you enjoyed the episode, like and subscribe. Stay safe and we'll see you at the next one. Till then, keep trucking. Cheers for now. Head on over to Get Out Go and Edward Bath Overlanding on YouTube. See links to their channels at the end. Thanks, gents, for an amazing trip. Morning of day 6 and we are heading out to Baines. Babe.